Hey, welcome back to another episode of Shadex582 Playing Stonecraft 4. Alright, where we left off, we started getting into chickens. I'm pretty sure we can rush at least up to like tier 7, maybe even 8 of the chickens. Shouldn't be too hard. Looks like the next step that we got here, so we got the feather, we got the white. We're working towards iron. So if we go to generating resources, right here, okay, iron is going to take bone and flint. So flint is the one we need to get. Let's go ahead and wipe all this out real quick. Boom. And we're working on flint, which is gray and gravel, which we have gray. So let's go to gravel. Gravel is stone and gray. Okay, stone is gray and water. Okay, so we need to get water. Water is going to take 4 buckets, a chicken soul, and just any tier 1 chicken. So we can, this is tier 2, tier 1. Let us breed up some regular chickens, right? Boom, boom, boom. 1, 2, 3, 4. That'll get us the. Actually, we only need 1 soul, right? No, yeah, we just need 1 soul. So, need 4 water buckets, which we do have this. So, we need to get the water buckets for it. Is it in bucket mode? Yeah, there we go. And don't see any here. Let's go here. Got 1. That's not bad though. Let's get 4. There we go. Get a soul. And we need 4 actual chickens. Let's go ahead and speed this up. There we go. Now we should be able to create the water chicken. And with a water and a gray, which I do believe we made a gray, yep. And a gray and a seed. We'll get a stone and gray. We'll get a gravel and gray. Boom, boom, boom. Get more seeds real quick. Do we need... I think if we just pick these up, because we're about to get tier 2 seeds pretty quickly, I'm sure. There we go. Flint. Okay, so now we got the flint. And remind me, iron is flint and bone with a tier 2 chicken seed. So tier 2, we got feather and flint are our 2 tier 2 seeds, right? And how many of them? I think we just need 1. Yeah, 1 to get to tier 2. So if we do a bone chicken, and I think it was a feather chicken. I know, bone chicken is tier 2 already. What's this? This is chicken and white chicken. What do we do with our white chicken? Did we delete our white chicken? We had to have had one. Feather chicken, flint chicken. Well, we can make another flint chicken, I guess. It's just gray and gravel. So gray, gravel, boom, boom. I don't know what happened to our white chicken. We'll probably have to make another one at some point if we ever need it again. That's just a regular chicken. We do have a nether star and a lava chicken there. Well, regardless, we just made one of these. There's our tier 2 soul. Boom. And now we should be able to boom, make tier 2 seeds. Easy as peasy. Put these seeds in here. They are now useless. Just get a couple of handfuls of this. Alright, so now, in order to make the iron chicken, it was flint and bone. There's the bone chicken. Bone. I guess we got the flint chicken up there, didn't we? Yep. Flint. Flint. And this is going to need another soul, so let's make 2 of those. And also it looks like we're going to need to get this and glowstone. We already have the stuff to make this, so makes it easy for us because we have already made some of the requirements to make going on into the chicken. There we go. We'll need 1 soul, please. And I want to say it's a yellow, right? To make gold. Oops. That would make sense. Yep, makes gold, and you need tier 3 or higher. So we need a yellow chicken. So we need yellow dye. And we do that with an other. We got it in here. Go. For these. Do this. One there to save it. There we go. All right. And eggs. You should have created another one. Oh no, this soul. And use this to make tier 3 chicken seeds. Which now the tier 2 chicken seeds are useless because everything at tier 2 can do at tier 3 can do better. And we will be going to tier 4 very shortly. Used. Okay, so I need to get in the mending. It's not bad. This you can actually get from request reward, which is getting into a little bit of cognition. So we could do that. So we want to make a cognitive flux. It's not hard. Boom. And we really only need to create 1 of these because it can be replicated. Boom. And we're going to need a good amount of that, I think. So let's just get 2 stacks. Boom. I do like it. All right. That being said, 1, 2, 3 of these, 4 of these. So 4 of those, and then 5 of those. 5 cognitive crit stools. Boom. And we will use that to create. Oh, we need to make the. Let's see, we need 6 of these. That sounds like I got a cat. All right, Mr. Wow. Can you come over here? Here, kitty. Oh, dang. That's a fast Misty Wolf. Okay. Anyway. Let's get away from that for a second. Okay. Need 1 of these. And that should... Oh, smithing table, of course. That should let us complete this quest, which should get us some free molecular stuff. General tech. Complete that one. Gets us the tools, and look, this gets us the Bob of Mending Neural Gel, which we can use for those to create 1 of these. And we're already up to our next chicken seed. Let's get that in there. Put these in here too. They're kind of tools, so that makes sense. This is a resource, so we'll put that there. And we do need to make the chicken eggs because we are looking to make yellow chicken eggs. Boom. Sometimes it takes a while to get the chicken from the chicken eggs. Oh, lucky. Okay. We have tier 3, which I think that's what we needed, right? To create. We just need to do this and the yellow one. And you know you need at least 2. Because in order to make the tier 4, yep, you're going to need 1 more chicken soul. Black quartz. Yeah, I think we got everything we need to make it now. So we just need the chicken soul, which we'll get from the gold chicken as soon as it's made. Boom. Chicken soul. Complete this quest. Here we go. Stacking up on the coins. All right, and now we have tier 4, which again makes tier 3 useless. Nice. Okay. That being said, the next step is diamond, which needs glass chickens, right? Yeah. This, okay, so we're gonna need sand chicken, which that's not too bad, because we already have the stone and the yellow chicken. But the coal chicken, we're gonna need oak, and that requires brown and green chickens. So we're gonna need brown and green chickens next. We can go ahead and throw these eggs in here because we're not gonna use them. All right. And then tier 4, so we could make tier 5 chicken seeds. Once we get that. Okay, yeah, so we're already at the top of this one. So let's just put these in here, tier 3. Okay, let's get our brown and green. I'm gonna leave one of these in my inventory too. Okay. Boom. 1, 2, 3. And we always do another one in there. And let's get the brown eggs. All right. Brown chicken. And we need a green chicken. Okay. There we go. Boom. Oh, nice. Okay. Sometimes it takes a long time to get these, I'm telling you. So that should create the oak chicken. And we'll put these eggs in here. See, we're just sort of flying through this, right? And then with the oak chicken, we do the flint. Right here. Oak and flint. And for this, we need the yellow and the stone. Stone and yellow. Put the brown and green up. Boom. Okay, and then stone and yellow. Wait, is it not? Oh, that's not stone. Goofy. I got the sand and the flint. Nice, and now we got the glass and the gold. I want to say we're gonna need a couple of these because in order to get to the next tier, yeah, you need at least 3. So that's perfect. Okay. So we can get their souls because we need 2 to sacrifice for the souls. And then we need dimensional shards. I don't remember. Evidently we've done some, but did we save any dimensional shards? No. And I think that's just the end. So if we go to the end, in south, yep. And we take out our brush. And we just brush some of these. Should get us dimensional shards. Yeah. There's 2. Yep, that should be enough. Let's go back home. Let's put the platinum that we got into this so it'll automatically cook up. Nice. It's doing well. Alright. And the dimensional shards are right here. So, Just need, okay, Flux Pearl and then 2 of the souls. Luckily, we've taught our system Flux Pearls. Boom. And the souls should be ready now. And tier 5 chicken seed. Look at that. And of course, as normal, the other tiers are useless now. We'll put the rest of the dimensional shards up here. Put the rest of the chickens in here. Oop, that's not what I was trying to do. Yeah, put the rest of the chickens up in here. There we go. And I think the next one we're going to make is emerald. So, take a diamond and a green. Boom. Diamond green, tier 6. Yep, and we'll need 3 of those, so total of 4. 1 to keep, 3 to kill. This requires a gas tier, which we got now, because of our trip to the nether. Right, and then replica, we do have a block that we picked up from the vault, the maze vault. So that's good. So now really all we need is just the souls. Impatient. There we go. Nice. And boom. Tier 6. See, we are going. The next 2 tiers I think are going to require us to do, no, maybe this next tier I think we can do. It's the tier 8. We're going to have to get into some stuff, but it's progression, so it's going to be good for us to have anyway. Let's go ahead and complete these quests. We're getting our netherite chicken now. Diamond gold with tier 6 seed, which we just made. Put this in there. Now these we're going to need quite a few of to get to the next tier, because instead of what we've been doing and creating the souls from a chicken that we made, we're going to have to do it the other way with the world engine for this one. So if we go, what is netherite again? Gold and diamond, okay. Diamond, gold, and we want at least 13 of these. Because in order to create the next tier chicken seed, it requires tier soul chickens, which is 3 of the, which we can get that obviously from this, because, oh no. Wait. We're at tier 6. To get to tier 7, yeah, we're going to need 4 of the tier 7 souls. That's no problem. But the reason why we're getting more of them is because we'll need 12 chicken souls to get to tier 8. So you need 4. Okay, so we can let that start going. And while we'll do 4 of these. Right? 2, 3, 4. And it needed a crystal. Alright, diamond. We gotta take the lens out of the here real quick. Boom. And put this back. There we go. And we need a diamond. There we go. Nice. Oh, okay, so we got a quest complete with that too now as well. Excellent. And I believe with the souls that we have, now we should be able to create this, which is the tier 7. And tier 8 is where you could make the nether stars, because that's a nether star chicken. For the next seed, there's only 9 tiers of chicken seed. So, as you can see, we've gotten blasted through quite a few of them, right? That's pretty cool. Let's go put the tier 7s. Oh no, I'm sorry, put the chickens up. And now we're talking about these. Okay, so we'll keep 1. But what I was saying is, in order to make the next tier, you got a couple options, right, to get the tier 8 chicken seeds. Now you could create tier 8 chickens, which, if you want to look, recipe for these, you're looking at like nether star and draconium, nether star. So it's only 2, and both of these are kind of a pain to make. This one requiring draconium block, which we haven't really got into yet, and the other one requiring you to just use a whole bunch of nether stars and netherite chickens anyway. So, but in order to create the souls using souls, right, you could do it with just 3 souls and a nether star. So for 4 of them, 12 souls for a nether star. So 12 souls and for another star. And that is how we're going to do it. A little bit faster. A little bit faster. Nice. Okay. And let's get to the world engine. And we can just throw the nether stars with the souls. Shouldn't take too long. And the other thing that we need to look into now is that's going to be empowered, which now we're talking about getting into the empower, which is part of the next quest anyway, or the next tier of quests. If we go into our quest book, let's just complete all these. Okay. And then go into Solaris. So this one requires empowering diamonds anyway. So we're going to need to get into this anyway, which is good. So let's just go home. I do like how this mod pack, it does tie things in fairly well. So in order to create a space for this, we're going to have to do something about our power too. Obviously, probably going to need to do some soul, because I don't have much black shards or whatever. Let's do this. Let's put this here. This here. Right. We can sort of just, I guess it just makes sense to just do it right, like right here. Boom. Just creates all of it. Nice. And then 7. I'll just sweep all of it. I don't know why I didn't sweep all of it, but okay. And this over here. Nice. Okay. So that should have created for us plenty of, well, not plenty, but enough. Enough of the black, whatever it's called. Okay, so let's get a stack of the redstone and materialize it as well. And I'm probably going to have to do iron as well. Redstone. Boom. And let's do iron. Let's just get a stack of that as well. That works. I think that's everything we're going to need. So we need 5 display stands, which means 5 of these, which means 5 of these. Okay. But we are also going to need one of these. So that's another one of those and another one of those. So 2 more. Okay. And then gold nuggets. Do I have enough gold nuggets? Let's just make some more, just to make sure we have enough. And we need to do all these. Okay. That being said, okay, so now we're looking at athetic green quartz and athetic quartz. So we need the green version, which is just chiseled, which we do still have some chiseled in here, right? And I think we need, how many of them? Like 15, because we're doing 5. 4 for the thing. And then let's throw this in here. And the other one was just regular block quartz. 15 of these as well. There we go. Because we want to create 5 of these. Uh-oh. And one more. Okay. Nice. So 5 of those. And now we can look at creating these, which is just 2 of these guys. Nice. This. One of these guys, which is why we had another one of those. Single battery. I think we get a quest complete with that. We do. And one of these. And now we should be able to create the Empower. Nice and simple. Alright. Now we're going to have to create power. So I think we have enough space just in this area. I know it's getting kind of cluttered. I'm not the best at like making cool looking areas for each thing. I apologize. But we should be able to. And I want to do something with the power too, honestly. Maybe we could take break from that. Let's look at Fluix, because we're at a point where it shouldn't be that hard to create Fluix either and get into Fluix power. So Flux dust, sorry. Sky stone, redstone. Yeah, let's get like 4 of each. Right? And then let's also put up some of our tools. Go up, you can go up, you can go up. You don't need you. And then the rest of this stuff can sort of just go into here. Okay. And now let's get redstone. And we'll just use this. 1, 2, 3, 4. Extra one for that. All right. And to the world engine. No, we got the 4 chicken souls. That's cool. Boom, boom. Boom. Oh, each one gets us 2 stacks too, so that's great. Boom, boom. This is super fast recipe as well, so I like that. And we're also going to need a whole bunch of obsidian as well, which I believe we did teach obsidian to our system. Yep. Just get a couple of stacks of obsidian. This should make creating... Oh, we need Eyes of Ender too. And I don't think we've created or taught our system that. But I'm going to, because I'm that lazy. And let's get like a couple of stacks of these too. These are good to have. Nice. Okay, so the first thing we're going to need is a controller. Flux controller. Break out one of these guys. And yeah, let's just get a stack of this. This is why we made so much of those anyway. And we need 5 of these. And now we have a flux controller. Boom. I think that's actually part of a power quest too. Okay. And we also need a flux storage. I don't think we really need these, but might as well. 6 of these. Boom. Now, I don't know if we want to go out, because 2 million is not a lot. And to tell you the truth, neither is 16 million. When you think about our ultimate power cube holds like 100 and something. Oops. Cube. It's energy, isn't it? Yeah. Yeah, this holds 102 million. So this is just going to be basically for the utility. I don't know. I don't even know. Just to make sure we have something in the network, right? Let's go ahead and connect these as well. Might as well. Don't do that there. And then we'll put our 2 flex. We got the flex controller and we have a flex storage. So let's make a network. We'll just, yep. Shadex582 network. Fine. And then we'll also link this to the network. And we need to make flex points. One of these. And a flux plug. Which is going to require one of these again. Now, luckily, the devs have seen gracious enough to let us put these into our replicator. So the flex point and the flex plug, Boom. And I only want like maybe the points. I mean, I'm only gonna need like 2 or 3. I'll just get 8. Oh no, the point we're gonna need a bit of. Let's just do, yes, the plug we only need like 1 or 2 of. We'll get like 3 just in case. Yep. And then the point, let's get like 64 of these. Why not? Okay. So that being said, the plug transfers power to the network, and make sure it is on this network. And as you can see, it's starting to transfer power there. Excellent. And the point, and we will use this to get some wireless charging on the curio slots. Sure. Now, luckily enough, we did get a couple of blazing batteries. So this is going to keep everything in our inventory charged up anyway. So we don't need to have inventory charging from flex capacitors and stuff, but our flex energy. Back to what we were doing now though. So now we can use the flex points. So if we go, they got to be 2, and then okay. And we can put our plug here. Make sure it's on Shadex582's network. All right. And then that'll power whatever we put there. As you could see. Wait, did it not put power in there? Are we not? Oh, that's a plug. That's my bad. I need a point. Because I'm a nub. Oh, I'm going to have to take this down anyway. Change it to Shadex582's network. Now, when we put this down, yes, it's getting power. Excellent. So, that being said, we need to drill out to each one of those. All right, they're all getting power. Excellent. Here, 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 there. And now we can set up our power in the stands. So the power goes in the middle, and the stands go on the side. Now I don't even know if the Empower actually needed power, now that I think about it. But whatever, it's got it. Okay. That being said, now we can get into the next part of the chickens, if we wanted to. Or even empowering diamonds, right? Because that's just empowered diamite crystals, which is just clay. So if we get 9 diamond, for this, boop, nice. You can also use hoppers to feed these. There's a lot better ways of doing it, I'm sure, but for the lazy among us, let's just get, oh, I need some more iron. Let's get 5 of these, and it can go on each one. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And what was it that we needed? It was clay. Actually, can you just do the, you can just do the block? Whoa, that would save a lot, I think. Because then you wouldn't have to, yeah, I think that would save a good bit. Let's go here, because now we just need to do this once. With 2 clay, a clay block, and a light blue dye. Thought I was gonna have to do it 9 times. Okay. 2 clay, clay block, light blue dye. Make sure we, there we go. Boom. 1, 2, 3, and 1 to live on. Okay. And we actually didn't need to do that, but whatever. We'll keep one of these. All right, so we need 1. What? Oh no, wait, you click it on there. 1, 2, light blue, and a clay block. And when we put the diamond crystal, boom. Look at it go, it's pretty. Pulling power, should not have a problem. I don't think these guys have a problem keeping up. Ooh, they are getting drained though, that's for sure. That's pretty cool, finally. Probably need to look at these too. Yep, these are completely done. Let's go ahead and do this real quick so we can get another stack going of each one. Nice. And these are still pretty full. Yeah. So now each one of these are full with that. So I am happy with that progress. Anyway, this is done now. Boom. Which completes this quest. And then for the seeds that we're looking at, it needs an empowered emerald. So we just need one of these. Back up some, empower this. What? There we go. And this, I believe, is like slime and saplings and something else, right? Although it would be, again, because I just saw that, it would make sense to make 9 of them. So let's get 8 more. Just because, as you could see, like to make 9, you could either do 9 different processes of the empowered crystal, or you do 1 empowered block 1 time with this like resource it takes to make 1 in crystal, and boom, you got it. So anyway, let's do... You little goat. All right. Let's do emerald. So we need 8 more of these. And then what do we do with the other one that we had? Oh, we put it on there. Boom. So now we have 9 of these, which we can create one of the crystal blocks. And now we get sapling, slime. Oop. What else was it? Short grass and lime dye. Now short grass just needs bone meal, because we do have some grass upstairs, and we're gonna need a shear because we don't have one yet. Boom. Should not be hard though. Let's go up there. Alright, it's tall grass. Short grass. Wait, I thought we just got that short grass. There we go. Then we have some short grass. And some lime dye. So 8, 7, 6, 5. And then when we put the crystal here, boom. Nice. And this should let us get continued with this. Need for the souls, which I think we have. Oh, we need some draconium dust. That's not hard. We got this here. Put this in the system. And it needs 4 of these. Was it 3 or 4? I don't know. We'll get 4. I think it was only 3. But you know what? Yeah, we have 4. All right. Boom. Nice. And now we have everything to make a tier 8 seed. Now, tier 9 seeds, that's when we're going to start getting into... Oh, wait. Can we do tier 9? Tier 9 chicken soul. Ah, that's why, because of the chicken souls. So again, getting that many tier 8 chicken souls and an awakened draconium. So we're not at the point where we're getting awakened draconium yet. So that's the biggest thing. And honestly, awakened draconium, you got to get into draconium. You know, that's obviously the way to do it. We're not at the point where we can get into draconium yet. It's actually locked back progression. But we did get up to tier 8, which there's only 9 tiers in chickens. So we are pretty good with that. Now, of course, there's a lot more chickens to get. You know, I'm not saying that we're anywhere near close to the chickens, but we've walked up in the progression to now having tier 8 out of tier 9 seeds, which I'm happy with for the chickens for the moment until we can get further progression in the quest line. So we will, now we're going to need that later, so we'll put that up. We'll put these in here with those. Music disc. That must have dropped from a chicken or something. I guess we can just go ahead and absorb this. Okay. And we'll put our tier 8 chicken seeds up here. And empowered crystals. And I wanted to get into that because it's good to have, you know, a little bit of resource generation for things like maybe... I know we get a lot of stuff from here, which is great. But there are some things that the chickens make that everything else can't make. Like netherite, we can replicate. Nether stars, we can replicate draconium. We cannot replicate draconium. And that we do have a draconium chicken and awakened draconium chicken, which is great. And it also moved us a little bit further closer to this. Now, going into this a little bit, I think we can sneak into this just a little bit. Getting the plastic, there's a couple of different ways we can do that. Now, I'm not a big fan of using I'd rather use this. Either rubber chicken, I guess rubber chicken is the way to go. Or we can use the cow, because if you get this, you can feed this cow to create latex, right? And latex, which I think we can, it's just a water bucket, I think. I think we have all that other stuff. Where's my bucket? A bucket. Boom. This. Yeah, all that stuff was pretty simple. So if we feed a cow that and put it into a cow jar, they will start making latex. But then we'll need a processing unit in order to get to rubber. But since we've already made this, let's go ahead and do the cow. Where is my lead? Someone's screaming at the screen. Yes, it's right there. You don't see it? No, I don't. I'm blind. There it is. Okay. Look at you go. Should we? Should we? Should we? Nah, we've done enough of that the past episodes. All right. You will be sacrificed to the Fluix god, or the latex gods. Yeah, alright. Got him. So now we have a latex cow. Right? And let's get a cow jar. Car jar. Cow jar. Nice. Easy to do. And an anvil. You don't have one yet, but we do have one now. And a place to smash him. That seems like a pretty good place. Let's put the cow jar here. Let's get some blocks to block him in. Boom. And one of these. There we go. And we now have a Fluix cow jar. Isn't that special? There it is. Okay. Now we should probably make a tank to start filling up with fluid, latex. This should be fine. Boom. And this is just going to be very temporary. We need our fluid pipe. Boom. Nice. And we can, of course, speed that up a little bit. Oh, yeah. Oh, wait. Me. Yeah, it's going. Okay. Yeah. Oh, maybe one more. There we go. So that's getting plenty of latex. But then we'd have to take the latex and process it in a, not a dissolution chamber. Is it not used to process? I thought it was. I mean, I know you use it in the dissolution chamber, but I thought this was to make rubber too. To make plastic. Was I wrong? Alloy smelting, energizing smelter. Polymer resin. Okay, maybe I was mistaken. So in order to make plastic, you don't need latex? Rubber. Ah, there it is. Latex processing unit. That'll get you some of that as well. So, I mean, we could make this. It's not that complicated, and that could give us rubber, but we just went through all this trouble for making chickens. So let's make us a rubber chicken. Just because rubber chicken sounds funny too. A rubber chicken is only tier 4. You see where it says accepts tag tier 4 or higher. That means it's a tier 4 chicken. Alright, and we need oak and orange. So we have oak, so we just need to get orange. Bring that down here. And get our other guy again. Boom. 2, 3. And one to grow on. Boom. And egg is already there. Let's hope it doesn't take us forever to get this chicken. Oh, no. First throw. Look at that. And then oak. Boom. Oak, orange, and seed. Alright. Put these two guys up. And I mean, we could make, you know, a roost for all these guys. Diamond, chicken, netherite, all that. And just put it in there as well. But honestly, we have plenty of it from our system. If we need to, we'll do that later. But I just don't see a reason for it right now. Let's get more chicken eggs. Let's get our rubber chicken in here. And we'll put some seeds in there with it. Look at that go. That's what I'm talking about. And you could just work out the chickens as well. So we'll get into that too. Chickens are a great source of later power source. So we'll be using chickens for more than just random resources. That being said, now we have dry rubber. And this, we can replicate the plastic. So, kind of not really worth doing all that to get this. But maybe we'll save a, you know, slot for a memory stick. So I've been filling that up pretty good. Now, in order to complete this, we just need a mob slaughtering factory, which should be pretty simple at this point. Since we just need a gold gear. And then a couple of swords. And a couple of axes. And this pity machine frame. Which you can actually duplicate these as well if we want. But they're pretty easy to make as well, so I don't know if we will do that. And boom. One step closer to having this quest done. Okay, now assembling the frame, obviously, now we need to do a distillation chamber. What? Distillation chamber just requires a diamond. Another one of those machine frames. Couple plastic, couple buckets. Boom, distillation chamber. Okay. And now we could put this anywhere, basically, since we have the flex plugs, right? And you know, maybe I just want to put it right here, just because. And I don't even need the flex plug. Okay. This will require some bit of latex. Well, we're not gotten to that point yet, have we? No, we're just making... actually, I think we are getting to that point, because now we need to make the advanced machine frames, which means we need simple machine frames, which requires latex. Great. Let's make like 5 of these. All right. So okay. That's gonna be here. And then what else was it? Couple plastic. Oh look, perfect amount. Couple of nether bricks. Boom. A couple of iron. And then I believe it was gold. Yeah, these. I need 10 of these. There we go. And another hopper. Because I am lazy. Boom. So that way we can lock this in. We need to get the fluid. All right, yep, let's lock that in. And then we could put all the things that we use to make it up here. And it should continue to produce it. Yep. And we'll just speed this up a little bit because I'm impatient. Boom. All right. Now we can unlock that. Hey, stop. Hammer time. Boom, 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 boom. No, I'm just playing. All right. Now, to get the advanced one, we're going to need pink slime, which, when you know it, the quest line has already made us create a mob slaughter factory. And we also already have a mob farm. Let's put some of this stuff up. Cool. Let's complete some quests. Oops. Nice. Oh, look, milk bucket and everything. I take it back. If you don't want it, he just feed it in a milk. Okay. Let's put this up here. Put the book in here too. Oh, and this is to what you can create, which cows you create. All right, cool. Now going up here. Let us shut down this for a second. Nice. Oh, it's getting into there. Okay, and now I probably should. Yeah, I have the magnet on. I don't know why it's not doing that. I also want to like kind of upgrade this a little bit, right? Because it's getting kind of where I can do ethereal glass pretty simple. Yeah, super simple. And we can just... I don't remember, does this... Yeah, it does keep... Okay, cool. And then we need the mob slaughter factory right there. And I believe if you place it this way, it's going to face that way. Yeah, okay. And we're going to need to power that. So let's get some flex points now that we have that. Put this on here. Sign it there. And now you're getting power. Excellent. Okay. Now we should... I think this will be fine because it is going to push the mobs there. So I think we're still good with that. Let us get our... We're going to need 2 tanks. One for pink and one for meat, I think. Oh. And we can basically upgrade these as well. Why not? Okay. And I want to get pipe. Start making some of these pipes. Now, which one of these? Yeah, mechanical pipe. And that's for fluid transfer. Excellent. That into this. And now we're going to need our configurer because we're about done with fluid pipes. They're good. They're great to start with, but obviously you're going to need to grow up at some point, right? Okay, so we can put this here. We can put 1 tank down first so it gets full with something first on. Yeah, we'll just do this real quick. And I gotta change this to fluids. There we go, it'll pull from there. And now when we hit this, let the mob start going again. Now the bad part about that is we can't just leave this going because it's not going to get any more XP. It doesn't get any XP when it's doing this, but we can't just store all of our XP right there. Spider is going to be a problem? Really? Maybe I need to make another fan so it blows it over there. Well, at least that'll let them spawn some more. There you go. Yeah, I think that's what I'm going to do. Let's make a mob fan real quick. We're missing a couple of these. And I think... Let's get this out again. Careful, careful. Fan that way. Lever. Boom. Simple. Excellent. Cover this back up. Get some of these resources out that we've been putting in there. Okay. Now, spiders and everything should get pushed there pretty quickly. Nice. And as you can see, that is already creating some liquid meat. And when we add our other pipe here, that should, yep, that'll get us pink slime. So it looks like it's getting way more liquid meat than it is pink slime because this is not a passive farm. And passive mobs generally give that better. Yeah. It does kill things pretty quickly. And in order to get the advanced machine frame, already got that. Just need the simple machine frame with 500 millibuckets, which we have 900 now. Give me that back. Okay. I'll let that go for a while. In the distillation chamber, so now can I suck that out of there? I can. Excellent. And we'll put this back over here. Let this guy keep working. There we go. It's almost full anyway. Okay. And we need 2 plastic again. Which this guy should have created. Plenty of rubber. Well, I say plenty, but that's not plenty. Boom. We just need 2. Just for the first one. We need one of these guys. A couple of nether. A couple of these guys, nether scraps. A diamond gear. And 2 gold. Oop. Diamond gear and 2 gold. Okay. And boom. Look at that. We have now progressed further into this line. Now to create a flux, now we're going into ore tech. So I think we'll hold out for that for next episode because we are at our wrapping up point here. So we've gotten pretty much almost all the way through the chickens, right? We're at tier 8 out of 9. That's going to require us to get the draconic. We got a new setup over there with our empowering power stuff over here. Walking backwards. There we go. Got new empowering stuff over here. We've got our wireless network going. We got a lot accomplished, even though it was more just like a, a progression of the base episode instead of so much a progression of the quest, even though we did progress in the quest a little bit as well. So I hope you guys have enjoyed that. If you have any questions or comments, maybe how I can do things a little better, let them know in the comments down below. And as always, if you have wanting to motivate me to do this better, go ahead and hit that subscribe button and have a great day.